Has anybody ever had lobster and ever and wondered how to eat lobster? A lot of people, they'll just get lobster tail. But how do you really eat lobster? How do you pull them apart? He's like, don't eat me, don't eat me, don't eat me.
Hold it too.
You got the tail.
Wow, it's a big one.
It's a big one. Okay, so I need a plate. Or actually, I'll just use the bowl right now. All right, so I'm gonna move this rice out of the way. I'm gonna move this over a little bit. Okay, because this will make a mess. A lot of times they'll give you a bib or a menu or a bib to wear. And so I would suggest always putting that bib on. But since I don't have one, I'm gonna try to make the least amount of mess as possible. So the first thing I like to do is let's break off these claws, the pinchers. It's just, that's pretty easy. We're just gonna pull that off. There it is. Okay. And we're gonna do the same over here on the other side. Do we see the claw? We're just gonna break that off. Okay, came off pretty easy. There's meat in here. We'll go back after that in just a little bit. Okay, so now we're just looking at the body. Now typically with a lobster, all you ever get when you order is you just get the tail. This is a full lobster right here. So now let's get ready to work on the tail. This is where things can get a little bit messy. So the one thing I want to do, let's just try to straighten out the tail a little bit. And Thomas, be ready for it to get messy. We want to hold on to the body and hold on to the tail and kind of give it about a 180 twist. You hear it kind of crunch, 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 crunch. And then you just pull it. Now you've separated it. Now, a lot of people, especially Filipinos, they love to eat the body. There's a lot of good things in there for me.
The body or the head?
Well, the head, what's the innards? This part. There's that part, yeah. There's this part. Okay, for me, not so much. I'm good with this part. So for right now, we're just gonna set the head down. Okay, so now we're looking at the meat. We gotta kind of clean things up a little bit, but we gotta figure out how to get the meat out of the tail because it's still pretty well locked in here. So what I'd like to do is just kind of try to straighten out the tail as best we can. And on each side, let's try to squeeze. So we're gonna try to squeeze, get a little crack, and we're gonna go kind of squeeze up and down the body. See all the juices coming out? Okay, now we kind of broke it open. Now we're gonna try to pull this apart. And it should come apart. It might take a little bit. Okay, we're getting there. Okay. And so now we're just spreading this open. A lot of times, again, when you go to the restaurant, this will be already cracked open for you. You have just a nice looking tail. Okay, so now we have it cracked open. We're just gonna slide the meat out of here. So this is the meat that you have in the tail. Now some people will just kind of break it right here. But again, if you wanted to kind of take a deeper dive into this, there's meat in the tail. You just kind of break the tail off. But sometimes it's a little bit difficult. You start really kind of making more of a mess. But I was able to pull the meat out. And here's what you typically get in a restaurant. They'll cut this part off just to kind of make it nice and neat. And I think I will do that as well.
No, I'll eat it.
Okay. Then I will eat this part. I'm just gonna dip it in the butter. That is so good.
Put it here.
I need help. It won't come off.
Oh, just a minute. All right, we're gonna dip it in the butter again. Lobster tail.
Where's mine?
You can have that
I'm
one.
in the tail. Oh.
Okay.
That must eat that part.
But I want the claw.
That's the claw.
No, like.
You don't need it.
Okay, try to swallow that real quick. I think what I'll do is I kind of want to wash this down a little bit. Nice dinner with a nice glass of wine.
Not really.
It is. Okay. We'll just take the rubber band off the claw. And these are just the claws that we, tore off. If you really wanted to, there's a little bit of meat in here that you can dig for, but it's difficult. So I'm just going to just kind of try to break this part off. And it has a lot of juice in there that's going to run out. That's, where we said it's kind of messy. And a lot of times when you go to the restaurants, you only order the tail, get the tail. But if you really want the claw, we can just we'll spread it apart. Just real carefully, we kind of break the thumb part off. We took the thumb part off, and then we'll just take the okay, this is gonna be a little bit tougher. Lobsters come in different parts of the seasons where they're either hard shell or soft shell. This is hard shell right here, and usually the hard shells are a little bit more expensive. They're the older lobster. Okay, so I took the crackers, and I'm just trying to just break this open best I can. And some of these claws can be kind of sharp when you're trying to grab them. Okay. Again, eating lobster can be a little bit messy, but here's the meat out of the claw. And what you see, the little white part on here is just kind of the little fatty part. You can either wipe it all off or whatever you want to do. Now, the meat out of the claw has a little bit of a different taste. It's still really good, but it has a little bit of a different taste. Now, when they make dishes like, if you've ever had macaroni, cheese, and lobster, really, really good. That's a popular dish on the East Coast. But we're just going to take this, we're going to dip it in the butter. And we're going to enjoy it.
You are enjoying it.
So we have one more. Oh, that is delicious.